Hi, crafty friends. Irene here, and it is always such a pleasure to be back on the Trinity Stamps YouTube channel. So, thank you so much for playing along with me today. I am going to work on a very simple card today with one specific thought in mind. Now, first, I'm going to show you the products I'm featuring. The first is the Hugs and Kisses Word Art Stamp Set by Love Danny through Trinity Stamps. And the second is the Argyle Stitch background die. And it's a large die too. It's, I believe, 5x7, so it's a good size. I'm going to be making an A2 card today, but still, it's nice to have that extra space when you need it. So, this particular card, the reason I was inspired to make it was because I started thinking about how I love my husband and I like cards that say hugs and kisses and that have little hearts all over them and things like that. But how do we tie in our love of all things hearts and flowers and flourishes when the recipient might not be quite as ooey gooey as we are? What do you do when you want to give a mushy card to a recipient who is not especially mushy? So that's what I did with this card today. I've read a lot of chatter online about, masculine cards and how they can be really difficult. Both sometimes in content and in execution. So I am actually using what I consider to be a very mushy and ooey gooey card. It's super sweet, or a product, excuse me. The Hugs and Kisses. I love this word art set. I think it's so pretty. And pretty is not usually a word that I would associate with a masculine card. So, or gender neutral, it's either way. So what I'm doing here, though, is going to be very simple. I am using a much more neutral color palette, potentially leaning into the masculine side. It's a couple different shades of blue, a few different shades of brown, and then some different shades of gray. So really very simple, a very clean color palette. I'm not putting a lot of flourishes on the card. Now, what I did do to kind of step this up a little bit, though, is I created a pattern to go inside of these large letters. That is one of the reasons I absolutely love word art stamps, and that's because your imagination is pretty much open and ready to go. It's whatever you can make of it. That is what you can do with these sets. You can fill these letters with anything and everything. And so for my card, because I really wanted to pull in that touch of a little bit more masculine. I wanted to do, I want to say it's kind of like a tweed jacket type of a look, maybe. Some kind of stripe, of course. It's not pinstripe, but maybe tweed, maybe a tweed jacket. I don't know, it's not herringbone. Maybe you can tell me what I did here. I'm not entirely sure. I just kind of made a pattern and I kept going with it. I did a couple different brown Copic markers, and then I also added that white gel pen in there, and that way it kind of offsets the others. And then of course the base layer was a much lighter brown than the others. So altogether it was very simple to do, and honestly it was pretty zen. I found it very relaxing to do that. So now I'm pulling in some gray into the little hearts here, and I am doing that with some W markers. And I use the W family because I feel it was a nice cross between the cooler blue and the warmer browns. So I really like having the gray, but it's a warm gray. So what I'm doing here basically is each of these little sections, the hugs, the hearts, and the kisses, each have their own personality. So the hugs, of course, is pretty much in your face. That has got that really cool plaid pattern on it. The hearts, I did a more traditional alcohol marker coloring where I did kind of a shading look. I went from the outside in, from dark to light. Now on the kisses word, I am doing something that I've really been enjoying lately, and you might have heard me talk about it in some of the other videos. I basically used a light blue to color like a base layer first, and then I went over just shadow lines with a darker contrasting blue, and then the opposite side of those shadow lines, I did a white highlight. Very simple, very quick, but a lot of character. And that's really, really fun and easy to do. So I think it's great for a card that you are trying deliberately to keep simple, which I was certainly doing here. So I had to keep telling myself, less is more, less is more. So this is not going to a recipient who is especially frilly. This is for my husband, and he likes things clean and simple. So I think that this is going to work out really, really well. It's also a great opportunity to go through your stash and see what kind of sets do you have that you would not normally reach for when you're looking for a no frills type card. This is not the type of stamp set I would normally grab, and that's exactly why I did, because I wanted to challenge myself and I wanted to help all of us see that we really can maximize what we have in our stash if we start thinking about it in different ways. And sometimes it's as simple as changing up a color palette. I thought that this turned out really quite elegant, so I'm pretty happy with it. Now there I was testing a couple different card bases to see what I wanted to do, and I decided that I was thinking about doing a wheat color cardstock, but I wanted to just have a nice white. But the white is also going to be contrasted with some mushroom gray cardstock, and I'll show you that in a moment. So here is my A2. I did a side fold card base, and A2 of course is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches when it's folded. So I just am burnishing my fold here, making sure it's nice and straight. And then I'm going to glue down my cover die, and that is where I bring in the mushroom gray cardstock. So our focal point is the Hugs and Kisses stamp, and it is going to be against that gray um, stitched argyle background. And then I'm going to trim it down just a little bit because right now the panel here is also A2 size. So I'm taking off basically, um, I think it was a 16th of an inch, I want to say, or possibly, and I'm sorry, an eighth of an inch, I think. It's either an eighth or a 16th. It's very, very small. I just did a little bit of trimming on all four sides, and that is how I got my nice little tiny white border that you're going to see right here. So I just wanted that little thin pop of white to add one other contrasting layer. So I really like that ability to have just a little tiny pop of color, just to help really frame what I'm doing here. Now, I kind of went a little overboard on my glue here. I don't know why I was so concerned about the glue coming out of the little, hash marks from the argyle. It wouldn't have been visible. It wouldn't have been any big deal. But for some reason, once I started this, I could not seem to stop. So I had to go through and do every little diamond with its own little bit of glue. So then I had kept turning it, and then I realized, I'm like, oh wait, part of the glue is drying, and goodness gracious, I don't know what I was doing here, but I just kind of, went with it. So I made sure there is all kinds of glue on my panel here. And so once I had all that glue down, I was going to line this up, make sure I had it nice and straight. And I had to play with it a little bit just because I was a little bit off there. But that's the good thing about the liquid glue. It gives you some wiggle time. So I was able to get it into place and then have that nice white border that I mentioned. So I'm just burnishing that down as well, making sure it's nice and stuck down. And then I'm going to take my focal point here, which is all colored up. And like I said, we're not doing anything too fussy here. We are genuinely just taking a very simple stamp that happens to be super pretty, and we are changing the aesthetic of it to give it a little bit of a different flair. And it's going to be for somebody who maybe just isn't quite as ooey gooey. So you know what I mean by ooey gooey, right? Like somebody who's just mushy and romantic at heart and things like that. Just somebody who maybe that's not their cup of tea, and that's okay. It takes all kinds. So right here, I'm putting on some foam tape, and I'm going to pop up that focal point. Now that is a little bit of a design choice. I didn't want to make everything completely flat. I do like to have some dimension. But what I've found when it's this type of card that I'm designing, it's when I think of something like glitter or sparkle, I have to tell myself, okay, where I would normally glitter or sparkle, maybe try shine, because shine is a little bit less, aggressively sparkly. So, but it still has something interesting and appealing to it. It appeals to the eye. So with my embossing that I did, because I heat embossed the sentiment here, that is the shine element. So I did not add any other embellishments to it, although I was so sorely tempted. And it certainly would have looked great with that as well. There's nothing wrong with it either way. But I decided to keep it, like I said, clean and simple. So here's a close-up look of the two different parts of that sentiment. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope you had a little bit of fun with me. And I hope you will like and subscribe. And please grab some paper and craft something that really makes you smile. Thanks, friends. See you soon. Bye.